Dave Anthony, Vice President of Treyarch and Director of Black Ops 2. You are here in Amsterdam to attend the official Call of Duty Black Ops 2 premiere. Tell us what it is that makes it worthwhile for you to be here.
To be here in Amsterdam tonight is one of the greatest privileges I've had in my career working on Call of Duty. To see this amount of fans in front of us coming here for the midnight launch of this game, to me is amazing. And I know it's going to mean so much to the team at Treyarch, who have worked for the last 2 years, over 250 people, working night and day on this game. I am so proud of them, and they are doing it for the fans. And to see them here tonight, it's really something special.
Black Ops 2 obviously is the sequel to the first Black Ops game, which released 2 years ago right now. That obviously means that people will see a lot of stuff they know, like names, like parts of the old story, but there's a lot of things very new this time around, and I think the biggest one is the branching storyline. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We wanted to rewrite the rules of storytelling in Call of Duty. All the conventions and expectations of what people think it's going to be, we wanted to take those off the table and do something completely new. So the branching story, the way it works, I think is going to surprise people. It's like you'll normally be playing a game, right, and you could have, a main character who you've, built a relationship with, and all of a sudden you may get to be able to make a choice on whether this person is going to live or die. And if they live or die, that will be handled within the story. And the story will go in 2 different directions depending on what happens. There are many of these moments in the game. So when you're playing through the game, you're not going to know what those moments are. You're not going to know when they're coming. And it really changes the expectation of how you play the game. And when you get to the end of the game, the first thing I want people to be thinking is, I need to replay this. I need to see what would happen if I didn't do that, or I made a different choice, or this character didn't escape, or whatever these choices are and things that can happen. And it's not just choice, it's also skill-based. You'll be challenged to actually do things within a certain amount of time, or do things in a certain way, or make decisions. All of it happens. And the decisions you make, we refer to them as moral choices, because you are going to be conflicted with some of these things, and in a meaningful way, because these are characters that you have invested in. And these could be good guys or bad guys, and you may get control over their fate. So all of this put together for the branching story is what I'm just so excited for the fans to see.
Secure the building.
Michael Rooker, welcome to Amsterdam, first of all. You're obviously here for this game called Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and your role. And maybe it's nice if you start off by telling our audience who you play and what kind of character it is.
Yeah, my guy is Mike Harper. I'm a U.S. Navy SEAL, and basically that's what I do. I'm there to save the world.
Well, most of the soldiers in Call of Duty are there to save the world. What sets Harper apart from all the other ones?
Because I kick everybody else's ass.
So you obviously have done a lot of work, and you already did some game work before this game. What for you is the biggest difference when working on a series like Walking Dead or a movie, or when you're working on a game?
Oh, there's there's more similarities than there are differences, pretty much. The game is done with motion capture. So you're in a bodysuit with markers all over your body, all over the suit, plus all over your face, so they can get the movement of your facial gestures and stuff in this. So they try to duplicate emotions and all that kind of stuff. In film, doing a film or television, you don't need to do that. You have no markers whatsoever. So that's the main difference. Yeah, not a lot.
But acting-wise, would you say you have more freedom maybe when you're portraying a character for television or movies as opposed to games?
No, I don't think so. I think that's very similar, actually. What we did was I colloquialized a lot of stuff. So depending on who they hire, sometimes who they hire will determine how they adjust the script. And so they adjusted the script for me. And on the day of, we adjusted the script. Because sometimes it just comes out a little, any kind of writing can come out feeling and sounding a little stiff, a little righty. So you got to loosen it up. You got to chill out and not stick to it too much. Stick to the idea and the storyline, but the way you say it is always kind of geared toward who the person is. Like me, Mike Harper, when you get in there and you start playing a game, some of the dialogue, some of the things I say are directly from some of the things I'd say in real life. Unfortunately, that sometimes is a little harsh, but Mike Harper's a little harsh, kind of crazy guy, so I'm a little harsh, kind of crazy as well.
And if you would ask a Call of Duty fanatic what is he displeased most about the Call of Duty games, a lot of guys would point to the time it takes for a patch to come out, for a fix to come out. Do you guys at Treyarch have some kind of contingency plan? I mean, obviously nobody's hoping for it, but what if it goes wrong? What if it's a bug-ridden game? What if there is exploits which people manage to find? Are you guys ready for something like that?
The problem you have with these games, and it's not just for Call of Duty, it's for any kind of game that has any significant multiplayer and online element to it, is that there are so many things that can go wrong. And think about it, from having nobody playing it, which is what's happening right now, to, 12 hours from now, where there are millions and millions of people simultaneously playing it for the first time, we can't test that case. Now, we have all kinds of contingency plans around volume. We have ways of predicting what's going to happen. Occasionally, things slip through the net. I can tell you the team is on them right away. The core team at Treyarch right now is monitoring these servers, and he's going to be monitoring them for weeks. And when we see a problem, we don't think, there's a problem, let's not worry about it, let's see what's happening. These guys want to fix it right away. And we have many mechanisms which we can do this.
Do you see yourself coming back to Call of Duty at some point in the future?
Yes.
As Mike Harper?
Perhaps.
All right, thank you very much, Michael Rooker.
Secret stuff. The gaming industry is so secret. You can't know everything.